What's up, everybody? My name is Tam, and welcome to Tam Psych Advice. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to my channel because it's hard to find. It's a weird name. So if you lose it, you may never find it again. So today we're going to talk about men and women ENFJs. Do you believe in our society that men are treated different from women and women are treated differently from men? I just happen to think that ENFJ men are put on a higher pedestal. Like they get a different type of respect. They give a different type of vibe. They have a different vibrato. It's like as an ENFJ female, I think I get positive attention as well. But it seems like ENFJ men get put on a different pedestal. Like they're revered. Maybe because it's a feeler type and it's on a male and it's something about the charisma. I mean, look at Barack Obama. There's a guy that I have been working with and I'm starting to think he's an ENFJ. These companies that he's been a part of have been able to vote like favorite person. They've picked him several times. It's something about being an ENFJ man. I thought he was an ESTP. Now, why would I think that an ENFJ is an ESTP? It is estimated that ENFJs only make up 2.5% of the total 100% of MBTI types. So it is a very rare type. What is the probability of me actually working with an ENFJ? It's rare. If you are not used to being around a male ENFJ, you might not recognize it. I was thinking he was a thinker. I thought he was an ESTP. I mean, he was very friendly, very gregarious. He would say things like, "Oh no, I'm introverted." And it's like, but I can hear you down the hall. You're always laughing and joking. He connected with every single person in the building. There would be things that he would say or that he would do. How is he able to do that? Because I've worked with plenty of ESTPs. And one day he even made the comment, now that I'm older, I don't have a problem with crying. When we would talk, he would tell me, "You and I have such deep conversations. I really like that about us." And I remember one time telling him that I feel deeply insecure sometimes. And he said, "I do too." Having to give people directives and trying to appear confident, I'm not always confident. Are they going to come after me like, "Who are you? Quit telling me what to do," or "I'm not doing that." And so when he told me, "I do too," I was like, when? I mean, I see him giving directives all the time with confidence. And then we would have these moments where he would start interpreting people. That person is like this, and this is why, and this is what's driving them. And yeah, this person has this issue, and I'm concerned because you can tell that there's been some problems. How do you know this? And I would just be fascinating with his interpretations and thinking, this is not an ESTP. This person was grasping people to the nth degree, and it would just kind of come out of the blue because usually I just see the happy, the friendly, the gregarious, the charming. How do we make this happen? And he would say, approach it like this, say it like this, do it like that. Finally asked him, how are you able to do this? But I rarely see it out loud. I think you have to really connect with an ENFJ to see their introverted intuition at work, which is interpreting people. And it's combined with their extroverted feeling preference, and they can be highly accurate. He said, "I study people for sport." He said, "It's like a sport to me." Always fascinated by people who have no knowledge of MYERS-BRIGGS, who start saying some of the same things that I've discovered. I'm starting to think he's an ENFJ because he hits some situations on the head because he is elevated to a very high level position. Are you ready for the next high level position? And he said no, because it would go against everything I believe in, because of the type of people that he would have to be in charge of are very narcissistic. And he picked up on that as well. He said, it goes against everything I believe in. I can't. And that's very ENFJ. We don't like the mean, cruel people. We are humanitarians. We believe in people. There have been some situations where he has stepped in on behalf of people. He is like, if you do that, this is going to happen to that person, or they're going to end up in this situation and that's too much, or I'm going to protect these people because I know he would be doing a lot of protection, which I think is more male inclined. They have a lot of testosterone. They are groomed to protect. So I see him going into protection mode a lot more than what I do as a female. So he wants to protect the people that are under him. And there would be this drive, this push. ENFJs, male and female, can get into a not such a, it's not a censor type of detailed over the top, like I'm milking this area. Like we can go into overbearing mode where we're not letting go. It's kind of like a dog and a steak, where they're taking that steak and they won't let it go. It's like, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Like needling it. Like I need it done. I need it done to a high level, and I'm not letting go of the grip. And so what I find interesting about him as a male, I find that people respond to him better. But when it comes to this ENFJ, it's like, yes, sir. But it's shown me the quality of leadership that ENFJs can have. Like they can cover every P, every Q. I think ENFJ men and women can learn from their mistakes. They also don't want to get in trouble, or they don't want to make costly mistakes. So they try to study what they've learned in the past and make things better. He would also get complimented on his language ability. The way he speaks and verbalizes things would be complimented, like it's on a different level. The way that he orates or gives instructions would be on a different level. He sort of knows how to wow. And this video could also be about leadership. The leadership ability of ENFJs is on another level. And so I'm getting to observe that, and I'm just so fascinated. This is really interesting. I'm not even recognizing my own personality type because I don't get to observe it very much. He has a leadership style, even though he would be describing himself as introverted, but he's all over the building. He knows everything that's going on. He's honed into different situations. And anytime anything happens, he's like, I'm on it right now, taking care of it immediately. And that's how I function as an ENFJ. I don't procrastinate. And it's also that ENFJ thing that whoever is last is first. So he will put the people first who arrive next, which means that the person before them might have to wait a minute because now I'm addressing the person who's right here with me in the moment. That is an ENFJ, like sneaky little tricky trait that they have. And I noticed that he doesn't procrastinate. Whatever needs to be done, I'm doing it right now. I'm taking care of it this moment, because ENFJs, we don't trust the future. What's going to be happening later? Something else is going to come up and I'm not going to be able to get to that. And so the great thing about having an ENFJ male boss is they're addressing the problems right away. I've worked with plenty of bosses that never get back to me, that I'm always waiting, that I have to go back up to them like 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Hello, it's me. What decision do you want me to make? And they just never get back to you. Have you ever had bosses like that? ENFJs are gonna, not to say that they can't slip, because there's a lot coming at them, but they try to take care of things right away. I think a female ENFJ might be more prone to submissiveness, like you are in charge. I am biblically submissive. And so I do that to him all the time. Whatever he asks me to do, I'm going to do it. So he knows that he can count on me. We're actually complimenting our own type unwittingly, not knowing. He will come up to me and say, okay, I'm so sorry, I was dealing with this. Or he'll send me like an emoji like, am I in trouble with you? He'll say, we can talk about it right now. And I'm like, I already thought ahead. I brought the paper just in case I bumped into you. I'm ready for you. Let's talk about this and figure it out right here, right now. And he's totally willing to do that. And I've often thought he was an ESTP because he seemed very spontaneous, very go with the flow, very like something is happening, I'm figuring it out now. Like this, we're not going into crisis mode, we're handling it. And being able to do that, he does that very, very well. So I thought that was spontaneity, but when I questioned him on that on the other day, he was like, I think it's more trained than spontaneous. His extroversion is what's actually helping him to stay on top of things, to handling multiple people coming at him simultaneously. He seems so willing to help. But I know as an ENFJ, there's an undercurrent of frustration and overwhelmingness that you're dealing with. So, and on one hand, yes, you do want to handle crisis or situations with somebody with care, with you are a priority. There's also this undercurrent of, I got to get to my next thing. Like, I really don't have time for this. But he does it with such grace and with such caring and such, hey, I'm willing to help you. Like, I'm not going to just leave you hanging kind of thing. What's crazy is I kept telling him he was going to get this higher position. And he kept telling me, you know what, I'm not going there. I've done that before. And then I'm disappointed. So I'm just not gonna, I'm staying in the moment. And I kept telling him over and over and over, you're going to get this job. It doesn't make sense. It might not make sense in many different ways. And it might even seem unfair to some people. But this position is going to be yours. My introverted intuition, and I didn't explain it to him that way, but I just kept telling him, you're going to get it though. And I was right, even though it made no sense. I already knew. And that's how ENFJs can work sometimes, is there's a knowingness that happens. We can get things done. We can make things happen. We're moving in the same direction. We're making great gains and strides. And it just feels so good. And sometimes we look at each other like, and it's like, nah. But could I be in a relationship with an ENFJ? The reason why I would not want to is because I think our intuition and reading each other could get in the way to us. And I have to be careful with him because that means he can read me and be accurate on things that I don't want him to read me on. I don't want him to pick up on things about me. So I have to work extra hard to hide some of those things. But it's hard to hide things from an ENFJ. And so that would be the scary part for me, is that, what if I'm feeling insecure about something? What if I don't want him to know I'm feeling insecure about something? If you're in a relationship with somebody who's an ENFJ, are we too much alike? Would I need somebody who's different? But I'm telling you, I'm enjoying the heck out of his energy. And it's doing something to me to know that we could possibly be the same type. It's kind of in my way a little. I liked feeling like we were different. And yet we vibe so well together. We are able to make so much progress. The way that I do things is so satisfying to him, and I can just feel it, where he is like, you just knocked that out of the park. So I'm not worried about you. And then the same thing for him. It's like he gives me energy. He makes me feel better. He makes me want to go to the next level. He just knows how to pump me up and elevate me. And it's just, oh my gosh, like, yeah, I don't even know. It's like euphoria in some ways. So it's a little scary. There have definitely been times when we have sent each other messages without saying a thing, like, you don't have to worry about this person. I got them. And it's like, okay, I got it. So, and we never speak it though, but we know that each other knows, kind of thing. I remember standing outside in a situation that could have been a little bit toxic. And he let me know without words, I don't need your help. I got this. I'm not scared of these people. So that's where that big stick extroverted J comes in, where it's like, I can be fearless if I need to be. I got this. And I think that's a male female dynamic where they're used to having to face danger or scary situations. And it's like, oh, that's nothing to me. It's still, so there are differences in males and females. Also, I think if we recognize that other people are good at certain areas, we let them have it. Like, we're not going to fight them for it. We give them some autonomy on it. Do your thing, get it done, make us shine. So I can see him doing that as well. But what I do find interesting, male versus female, oh, you're so wonderful, Mr. ENFJ. Whatever you say, I'm doing. Like, he could sit out a text to everybody and say, we're doing this. And within seconds, he's getting validation, thumbs up. Yeah, we're all on board. And when I lead, yes, they will do what I'm asking them to do, but I may not get back that, oh my gosh, you're the man. If you are interested in seeing how an ENFJ thinks about romance and also super difficult people like narcissists, check out my books, Flip the Script on Love and The Workplace of Narcissists. I think they will help you navigate some of these people because remember, we pick up on things that other people just don't pick up on. So I think it'll help you. I'll put the description below. And I really appreciate you guys so much. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, my wonderful friends.